Start your engines!
Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to Southern National Motorsports Park in Kenly, North Carolina. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing Network, bringing you today's feature event. It's 70 fast laps on the high banks at Southern in the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends. Tyler Daniels Racing is a diverse, inclusive online community that prides ourselves on welcoming all members, no matter their background, history, or ability. Tyler Daniels Racing has a charitable focus. We're about giving. We've held fundraisers for the Iowa Food Bank, the Wyoming County Animal Shelter, and for individual members. TDR is a big family. We care about each other. Yeah, we squabble sometimes, but we care about each other on the track and in real life. We pride ourselves on intense, clean iRacing leagues in action. No matter your skill level, Tyler Daniels Racing has something for you. Dirt, pavement, road courses, ovals, IndyCar, NASCAR, Legends Car, you name it, Tyler Daniels Racing is going to race it. If you think you'd like to learn more, search out Tyler Daniels Racing on Facebook or go to tylerdracing.com. This is week number 6 in the TDR League of Legends, and at the beginning of the week, it's Tyler Daniels that leads the points, followed by Lee Walker in second, with Aaron Johnson third, David Trembley fourth, and Mike Matherly rounding out the top 5. It should be an interesting week. 70 laps will be a challenge at Southern National. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Starting in the 13th spot in car number 16, racing out of Long Island, New York, it's the Admin Box Legends car of Fish Fisher. Starting 12th in car 57, he races out of Kannapolis, North Carolina in the Suicide Prevention Lifeline car. That's Jim Love. Racing out of Ocean City, New Jersey, in car number 28, that is Jim Downham, the Racers for Christ Legends car. Starting in the 10th spot, it's the Buckeye Bandit, car 72, that's Jared McKinney out of Ohio. In car 04, starting in the 9th spot, racing out of Battlefield, Missouri, it's the Old Schools Customs Legends car of Les Bentz. In the 8th starting position, racing car 77, he comes out of Georgia. It's the Poppin' Chubby's Barbecue Legends car of Kevin Blackburn. Tyler Daniels himself starts in the 7th spot. That's car number 25, the 600 racing car out of Warsaw, New York. Now your top 6. Starting in the 6th spot in car number 35, he races out of Hampstead, North Carolina. It's the VRS Racing Legends car of Mike Matherly. Starting 5th in car 96, it's the Sellers Insulation Trackmaster Racing car of David Trembley. Starting 4th in car number 20, that's Jose Godino. Jose in the GTZ Bulls Legends car. Jose's out of Matosinhos, Portugal. Starting 3rd in car 44, that's Eric Warden. Eric in the Rolling Stones Legends car, racing out of Flower Mound, Texas. On the front row outside in car number 00, that is the Mount Vernon Auto Supply Kenny's Apco Legends car of Aaron Johnson. And on the pole in car 363, that is Lee Walker in the Ginger Signs TGR Nation Legends car, Lee racing out of the United Kingdom. Pace car is in. Lee Walker leads them to the start-finish line. Walker hammers the throttle. Johnson gets a great start, tries to pull past Walker as they go into turn number 1. The high side a little difficult here at Southern National, so Lee Walker going to go ahead and take the lead from Aaron Johnson as they come out of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Johnson's car up high, washes up a little bit, opens the door for Eric Warden, but Johnson comes back strong down the front straightaway. Still Lee Walker leading at the end of lap number 1. Johnson now falling back. It's going to be Eric Warden moving into spot number 2. David Trembley shooting to the front. Trembley moving up from the 6th spot into 3rd. David Trembley, a quick move and a fast mover very early in the race out front. It is Lee Walker, followed by Eric Warden, then David Trembley and Aaron Johnson with Jose Godino in the 5th spot. Walker running a nice smooth race in that 363 car. He, Eric Warden, and David Trembley very slowly beginning to pull away from the field. It's early, 70 laps. But early on, Lee Walker setting a blistering pace at Southern National Motorsports Park. Walker continues to lead. Aaron Johnson has fallen back to the 6th spot. That's going to move Godino into 4th, Matherly into 5th. Tyler Daniels will sit 7th. It looks like there's been an incident of some sort. I don't know if caution is out on the speedway, but that was the 57 of Jim Love moving at a reduced pace. Caution is out. So an incident on lap number 5 brings out the caution. Jim Love was involved. Let's see if we can find maybe get a replay here and take a look and see what happens. Looks like the 72 of McKinney gets around. That collects the 4 of Bentz and the 57 of Jim Love. See if we can't take a look at that again. Watch that replay one more time. We can see the 72. Yeah, he got sideways. Bentz looked like he was trying to get around. Love had nowhere to go. Let's take a look at that from inside Jim Love's car. We've got some in-car footage. See Love's running the high line. Looks like he sees this incident starting to happen, moves up high, and just can't get high enough. That slides him down into the inside wall. A lot of damage to the 57 car. Let's ride along with Les Bentz, see what that looked like from his vantage point. There's Bentz, 72 gets sideways. Bentz tags him in the door, tries to go high, catches the 57 and ends up upside down. Les Bentz on his top at Southern National. The caution flag is out. We're on lap 9 of a scheduled 70. Lee Walker leads, Eric Warden 2nd, David Trembley running 3rd, Jose Godino 4th, Mike Matherly in 5th, with Aaron Johnson 6th, Tyler Daniels 7th, Kevin Blackburn 8th, Jim Downham 9th, and Fish rounding out the top 10. Tyler Daniels, your points leader at this time. Lee Walker running in 1st. That'd be a 6-point differential. Aaron Johnson currently 3rd. He is just in front of Tyler Daniels. The points liable to be shaken up here at Southern National. We're still very early in the race. But Lee Walker setting a blistering pace early on. The lights are off on the pace car. The pace car is in. Walker hammers the throttle. And Lee Walker is going to lead the field back to the start-finish line on lap number 11 of 70. They look at going 3 wide. Godino thinks better of it. Manages to flip up to the high side. Eric Warden up high as well. Aaron Johnson sneaks by Warden. Johnson moves from 6th to 3rd on that restart. It'll be Walker, Warden, Johnson. Sorry, Walker, Trembley, Johnson. Then Warden and Godino rounding out the top 5. You see the 57 of Jim Love exiting the pits. Love having received some repairs, and David Trembley is going to make his way past the 363 of Lee Walker and move into the 1st spot. Johnson has position under Walker. Looks like he's going to try to make the pass as well. Aaron Johnson moves past Lee Walker. It'll be Trembley, Johnson, Walker, Warden, Matherly. Those are your top 5 as we begin the 13th of 70 laps. Let's hop in with the 96 of David Trembley. Trembley leads the field. We are on lap 14 of 70. Trembley running a nice smooth race. Johnson in 2nd, Walker 3rd. A little further back, Tyler Daniels has moved into the 6th spot now as Kevin Blackburn rounds out 7th, Downham 8th, Fish now 9th, and Jared Mckinney 10th. Jose Godino is in the 11th spot with Les Bentz being shown in 12th, 5 laps down, and Jim Love appears to have retired from this race. Love currently in 13th. We can see the 04 car of Les Bentz just ahead of the leader Trembley. Bentz currently in the 12th spot. He is 5 laps down as Trembley closes in. Johnson behind Trembley beginning to fade just a bit. Trembley setting a nice, quick, smooth pace and pulling away from the 00 of Johnson. Those 2 cars also pulling away just a bit from the 363 of Lee Walker. Trembley closing in on the 04 Les Bentz, involved in that early incident when the Buckeye Bandit, Jarrett McKinney, got a little sideways and collected a couple of cars. Trembley goes by Bentz on the inside. Bentz leaving Trembley plenty of room. Johnson goes by as well. The leaders moving past the lap car of Les Bentz. Let's have a look at the running order and see how they run on the field. In the 1st spot, that is David Trembley. Behind Trembley in the 00, the Mount Vernon Auto Supply car of Aaron Johnson, currently being shown in 2nd. Then behind Johnson on the speedway, That's the 363 of Lee Walker. Walker currently being shown in the third spot. Behind Walker, it's the 44. That's the Rolling Stones Legends car of Eric Warden. Warden currently being shown in the fourth position. Behind Warden on the speedway, it's the 35 of Mike Matherly. Matherly currently running in fifth. Then behind Matherly, we've got the 25 of Tyler Daniels, the man himself, in the sixth spot behind Daniels. That's the 77, the Papa and Chubby's Barbecue Legends car of Kevin Blackburn. Blackburn currently in the seventh spot. Then behind Blackburn on the speedway, that's the 04 of Les Bentz. Bentz currently 6 laps down in the 12th spot. Behind Bentz on the speedway, it's the 16 of Fisher. Fish currently running 8th. And then behind Fisher on the speedway, it looks like that will be the 28 of Jim Downham. Downham currently being shown in 9th. He is the last car on the lead lap. Behind Downham on the speedway, that's the 20 of Jose Godino. Godino currently being shown 1 lap down in 10th. Then behind Godino, the 72 of Jared McKinney, currently being shown 3 laps down in the 11th spot. Once we get past McKinney, we are back around to your leader. That is David Trembley. Johnson trying to hold close to Trembley here. 25 laps into a 70-lap event. David Trembley running a nice smooth line, very quick pace as he passes the Buckeye Bandit. McKinney giving the leaders plenty of room as they go by. David Trembley closing in on the 10th place car of Jose Godino. Godino already 1 lap down. Trembley trying to put Jose Godino a 2nd lap down. Looking at the damage on the 20 car, it looks like Jose Godino must have been involved in some kind of an incident. You may wonder why there was no caution here at Tyler Daniels Racing. Our league rule is that an individual incident, an incident involving only one car, does not bring out the caution flag, provided that car can get back underway under its own power or can call a tow truck and get back into the infield. We only throw cautions for multiple car incidents, so Godino likely was involved in a single car crash. Out front, it's the 96 of David Trembley. Trembley now beginning to pull away from the 00 of Johnson. Johnson losing ground, and it looks like the 363 of Lee Walker beginning to close in on the 00 of Aaron Johnson. Johnson may have overdriven that car early, especially when he made that quick charge from 6th to 3rd. May be paying the price now. Tire management, incredibly important in the iRacing Legends cars. These cars are very tire sensitive, and in a long race, such as a 70-lapper here on the high banks at Southern National, tire management is a critical piece. Lee Walker looking to try to find his way around Johnson. Johnson goes ahead and opens the door. Walker is quicker. Aaron Johnson just allowing Lee Walker to go on past, maybe give Walker a chance to chase down David Trembley. Back up front, it is still the 96 of Trembley running all by himself. David Trembley with a big lead. He is pulling away from the 363 of Lee Walker. You can get a feel for the gap there. Trembley about a quarter of a straightaway ahead, probably pulling Lee Walker by 15 car lengths as David Trembley leads the field at Southern National Motorsports Park. Trembley down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Lee Walker in second. It looks like the 44 of Eric Warden has got a fender underneath Johnson. Warden's going to move into the 3rd spot. That's going to drop Aaron Johnson to 4th. Johnson currently 3rd in the points. And Mike Matherly looks like he's getting a little racy here. Matherly finding his way under the 00 as well. That'll put Matherly in 5th, dropping Johnson in 4th. Dropping Johnson back to the 5th spot. So Aaron Johnson's struggling here. He's moving backward. The 44 of Warden and the 35 of Matherly both go by. Out front, it is still David Trembley, although it looks like Lee Walker may be trying to close that gap just slightly. Walker about 2.3 seconds back from the 96 of Trembley. We are at the halfway point, 35 laps into a 70-lap race, and David Trembley is your leader. Trembley closing in on the lapped car of Jim Downham. Not the lapped car. He is the last car on the lead lap. Downham currently shown in the 9th spot. Car 28 is the last car on the lead lap, and David Trembley is closing in quickly, trying to find a way around Downham. Downham gives the leader plenty of room. David Trembley now on the inside is going to put Jim Downham a lap down. Downham will fall to 1 lap down, stay in the 9th spot. That'll leave 8 cars on the lead lap. Those 8, Trembley, Walker, Warden, Matherly, Blackburn, Johnson, Daniels, and Fisher. The last car on the lead lap. David Trembley in the orange and black Trackmaster Racing Legends car. Nice smooth line, easy out of the corner, right up against the wall, then down close to the yellow line as he goes into turn number 3. The center of 3 and 4, then rolls into the throttle and back out up against the wall, coming out of turn number 4, David Trembley. A nice smooth line, very quick race car. He's in first, Lee Walker second, Eric Warden third, Matherly fourth. Kevin Blackburn has moved into fifth. That drops Aaron Johnson to sixth with 31 laps to go. Johnson's car fading and fading badly. Let's have a look at the way they run on the racetrack out front. That is the 96 of David Trembley. Behind Trembley on the speedway, it's the 363 of Lee Walker. Walker currently in second. Looks like he might be closing slightly on the 96 of Trembley. Behind Walker, it's the 44 of Eric Warden. Warden currently being shown in the third spot. Then behind Warden, it's the 35 of Mike Matherly. Matherly running in the fourth position. Behind Matherly, it's the 28 of Jim Downham. Downham currently being shown 1 lap down in ninth. He is the first car 1 lap down. That is Jared Mckinney, the Buckeye Bandit, who just went past Downham. Mckinney 4 laps down in the 11th spot. Behind Mckinney, that's the 77 of Kevin Blackburn. Blackburn currently being shown in fifth. Then behind Blackburn and Downham, that's the 00 of Johnson. Johnson being shown in sixth. Tyler Daniels in the 25 is closing on the 00 of Johnson. Daniels currently being shown in the 7th spot. On the raceway, the next car behind that group is the 16 of Fish Fisher. Fish, the last car on the lead lap, he is currently shown in 8th. Behind Fish, it's the 04 of Les Bentz. Bentz being shown 6 laps down in the 12th spot. Behind Bentz on the speedway, that is the 20 of Jose Godino. Godino currently being shown 2 laps down in position number 10. Behind Godino then, we're back around to the 96 of David Trembley. There are 25 laps left. Lee Walker has closed. He's begun to shrink the gap just a bit between himself and David Trembley. Does Lee Walker have enough left in that race car to run down David Trembley and try to make a race of it? Only time will tell. 24 laps remain in a 70-lap feature event. Lee Walker running in second. David Trembley leads the field. Trembley currently fourth in the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends points. A victory here would help him close the gap on the points leader. That's Tyler Daniels. Daniels currently shown in the 7th spot. That'd be a 6-point swing. David Trembley trying to close in. And Lee Walker in second. That'd be a 5-point swing for Walker. So Trembley in fourth. Walker currently second. Johnson in third. And Mike Matherly, who sits fourth right now, currently is in fifth in the TDR League of Legends points. There are 22 laps left. David Trembley holds the lead. Lee Walker is second. Eric Warden third. Mike Matherly fourth. Blackburn fifth. Johnson sixth. Daniels seventh. And Fisher eighth. Those 8 cars on the lead lap as David Trembley closes in on some lap traffic here. The lapped cars belonging to the 20 of Godino and the 04 of Les Bentz. Trembley down the back straightaway, closing in quickly on the wounded 20 car of Jose Godino, that GTZ Bulls car, showing some damage after an earlier incident. Trembley rolls into turn number 1. Godino is right in front of him. David Trembley now through 1 and 2 out onto the back straightaway. He's going to look to the inside of the 20 of Jose Godino. Godino gives Trembley plenty of room. Godino stays high. David Trembley now sets his sights on the 04 car of Les Bentz. Bentz also a lap down. Bentz also giving Trembley plenty of space. You'll see the lap cars are giving the leaders a lot of room, but realize that if you're the faster car and you're passing, it's on you to find the easy and safe way around. It's on you to pass safely. Those lap cars don't have to give you a country mile. They just have to give you enough room to be able to race. And TDR, one of the things we pride ourselves on is not just clean racing. It looks like Les Bentz has gone around there. Not just clean racing, but racing etiquette, knowing when you're a lap down and knowing that the leaders are coming, and let the leaders fight it out for themselves so that lap traffic doesn't decide a race. Out front, it's David Trembley. 16 laps left. David Trembley leads. Lee Walker closing slightly, just closing maybe a few hundredths of a second a lap. He certainly narrowed the gap, but with 15 to go, does Lee Walker have enough left to try to chase down David Trembley and make a race of it? Walker with a little internet lag there. Racing out of the United Kingdom, he's about 4,000 miles away from the server. That's an 8,000 mile round trip to communicate with the server. Even with the speed of light, he's going to be about a 20th of a second a lag minimum, and that's under perfect conditions. So it's not uncommon when you're racing on different continents to see a little bit of lag here. The computers do a nice job of accounting for that, but it can still create some challenges. Trembley leading. He is closing in on the 04 car of Les Bentz. Bentz spun earlier. Trembley trying to find his way around. Lee Walker is closing. He's really pushing hard now to catch the 96 of David Trembley. Trembley goes inside the 04 of Bentz. Bentz now 8 laps down in 12th spot. Trembley gets by. Lee Walker gets by. That's the 72, the Buckeye Bandit himself, Jared McKinney, also working underneath Les Bentz. McKinney with a quick race car. He's 4 laps down from that early incident. But Jared McKinney very quick on the speedway. Looks like Trembley's pulled away a little bit from Lee Walker. Lap traffic may have been Trembley's friend there. Trembley closing in on the 28 of Jim Downham. Downham 1 lap down in 9th. Trembley trying to chase Downham down. There are 10 laps to go this time by. We can see Jim Downham giving David Trembley plenty of room as Trembley goes by on the inside. Just ahead of Trembley, we see the 16 of Fish. Fish currently in the 8th spot. He is the last car on the lead lap. There will be 9 to go this time by. Trembley closing in on the 16 of Fish Fisher. It looks like Lee Walker has faded just slightly off the pace as Trembley has extended the lead by a couple of car lengths. Lee Walker had closed in to about a half a second behind. He's now about 8/10 back as Fish goes high and allows the leaders to come by. He wants the leaders to be able to settle this on the racetrack. Trembley continues to hold on to that lead. Lee Walker slips up just a little bit. That Walker's car looks like it may have developed a push here late in the race, and David Trembley now beginning to pull away with 7 to go. Trembley extending the lead over Lee Walker. David Trembley running a very smooth race, a quick pace out of the turn number 4 now onto the front straightaway. Trembley with 6 to go continues to hold the lead over Lee Walker. That lead extending now to about 10 car lengths as David Trembley pulls away with 6 left. It's Trembley, Walker, Warden, Matherly, Blackburn, Johnson, Daniels. Those 7 cars still on the lead lap. Trembley rolls through the center of 1 and 2, now out onto the back straightaway, allows that car to drift up, holding it down just a little bit. Instead of getting right up next to the wall and diving into the corner, Trembley maybe being a little easier on that right front tire by running a slightly lower line. Arcing the car now into 1 and 2. He comes out onto the back straightaway. You'll see here on the back straightaway, not quite as high a line as he's been running and as some other drivers have been running as well. There'll be 3 to go this time by. David Trembley holds on to that lead. It's Trembley first, Walker second, Warden third, Mike Matherly in 4th, and Kevin Blackburn rounding out the top 5. David Trembley doing a nice job as he rolls through the center of 3 and 4, now out onto the front straightaway. There'll be 2 to go this time by. Trembley holds on to the lead. It looks like the 72 of McKinney is content to run behind the 363 of Lee Walker. Trembley into 3, now through the center of 3 and 4, out onto the back straightaway. David Trembley's going to take the white flag here. There's 1 to go, and David Trembley is going to be in the lead with 1 left. Trembley, as he is actually giving up a little space now to Lee Walker. Walker's not going to have enough race car, though. Walker closing. David Trembley running a nice smooth race. He comes out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway, and at the flag, it's going to be Lee Walker in second. David Trembley with the win. Trembley wins this race, holds off a charging Lee Walker. Eric Warden's going to finish up 3rd, Mike Matherly 4th, Kevin Blackburn in 5th. Aaron Johnson will be 6th with Tyler Daniels 7th, Fish Fisher 8th, Jim Downham 9th, Jose Godino in 10th. Then in 11th was Jared McKinney, 12th Les Bentz, and in 13th Jim Love. Jim, the victim of an early incident, and then ended up disconnecting. I spoke to Jim, and it seems as though he's had a problem with his sim rig and was unable to get back online. It's a nice win for David Trembley. Trembley here at the start-finish line will celebrate a victory. Well, let's see how that changed the points at the TDR League of Legends. We'll take a look here at the points after Southern National. What we can see is that Lee Walker and Tyler Daniels now are tied for the points lead. Lee Walker gaining, looks like about 5 points on Tyler Daniels to push himself into a tie. Aaron Johnson 13 points back of those two in third. Behind them, 30 points back, it's David Trembley. Trembley running in the fourth spot. And then in fifth, Mike Matherly. Matherly 37 points back the leaders. Andy Shaner currently sits in the sixth position, 53 points back. Jim Love is seventh. He is 57 points out of the lead. Fish Fisher is in eighth, 59 points back. Kevin Blackburn in ninth, 62 points back. And then in the 10th spot back, 87 points behind the leader, is Keith Fonseca. This is week number 6 of the TDR League of Legends. Next week, Tyler Daniels Racing heads to Myrtle Beach, where they'll run 50 laps at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. This week, great win for David Trembley. Trembley ran a near-perfect race, and as a result, comes home with the checkers. That'll do it from Southern National Motorsports Park. For the Johnson iRacing team and for Tyler Daniels Racing on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.